is CBF Cyclone, Wednesday, April 23rd, 2025. There are no systems active in the world right now, so I just want to talk about this upcoming Atlantic hurricane season and what we're looking at, pretty much like the conditions, even preseason conditions, and the possibility of maybe a storm in May. So starting with the sea surface temperatures, they're mostly above average. They're in the Gulf. This is by April 30th that we're looking at, so a week from now. There are 74 degrees in the Gulf when you get toward the Big Bend of Florida. And then along the Big Bend coastline, they're like 80 degrees. A little bit offshore, they're 73 to 75. And then kind of throughout the Gulf, I'd say they average about 80. 83 in some spots. That's the warmest it kind of gets in the Gulf. In the Caribbean, by April 30th, it's pretty warm, 82 degrees pretty much throughout the whole Caribbean. And then when you get toward Jamaica, 86 degrees. So I'll be watching these sea surface temperatures. They could warm up a lot by the time we get to September 10th, which is the date of peak hurricane season. That's when the water temperatures are warmest, and we could have waters upwards of 80 degrees, maybe even 90 degrees. So this could be an active season, where I'll show you my prediction in a moment. And then off toward Africa, we won't be looking at storms coming from Africa until like the middle of the season. To start off in like June, they usually start in the Caribbean. They usually come from the Caribbean. The Central American Gyre is a big low pressure system, and it will release little low pressure systems into the Caribbean and sometimes even the Eastern Pacific. And into the Caribbean, those could develop into tropical cyclones, named storms, and pose a risk to any land. Usually in the early part of the season, storms aren't that strong, but there are a few notable exceptions. Like last year, we had Hurricane Beryl. That was an early season Category 5, the earliest Category 5 on record. So my prediction. So first, 2025, the names: Andrea, Barry, Chantal, Dexter. Dorian was retired in 2019 after devastating the Bahamas. So the names are reused every 6 years. So it's been 6 years since 2019. And Dorian was retired and replaced with Dexter. So Dexter is the D-named storm for 2025. And then Aaron, Fernand, Gabrielle, Humberto, Imelda, Jerry, Karen, Lorenzo, Melissa, Nestor, Olga, Pablo, Rebecca, Sebastian, Tanya, Van, and Wendy. And then there's a supplemental list of names, assuming all these names are used. And then the Colorado State University Hurricane Forecast for 2025, they are forecasting 17 named storms, 9 hurricanes, 4 major hurricanes. NC State University, they're forecasting 12 to 15 named storms, 6 to 8 hurricanes, 2 to 3 major hurricanes. So North Carolina State University is predicting an average a below average to an average hurricane season. And then my forecast is 18 named storms, 9 hurricanes, and 4 major hurricanes. I've changed my forecast up a bit, not much, but I have made it a little more active. Before I was anticipating an average season, now I'm thinking we'll see an above average season. I think the season could actually get pretty bad. The sea surface temperature anomalies. So in the Gulf, along the northern Gulf Coast, they're actually well above average. Even in the Big Bend, maybe they're a bit of average. And then we're near Jamaica. It's only slightly above average, where it's 86 degrees. And then it's kind of average through the Caribbean over here. And then it's above average in the Eastern Caribbean. And then in the Western Caribbean, it's average to below average. Maybe some spots of above average. And then when you get close to Africa, it's well below average. This could be a factor. This could play a factor in the hurricane season, but not till the middle of the season. So, that doesn't mean they can't form even in below average waters. It just means they likely won't intensify as much. which means they could bring a higher risk toward the east coast of the United States, because a stronger storm is more likely to be influenced by steering currents, and if it isn't able to intensify, it could just keep going straight and hit the east coast of the United States. The east coast has not had a major hurricane landfall since Hurricane Jeanne of 2004, and that hit like South Florida. So we could see a major hurricane this year. I'll just subscribe to my channel for this hurricane season. We are only 39 days away. And for future tropical cyclones, just subscribe so you can get all the updates for this season. I'm thinking we'll see an active one. That's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching, and see ya.